Hi everybody. Hi everybody. Good to have you all today. We're super excited to have these sessions, this session today with you, especially that we see that the excitement is shared. We have an amazing number of attendees. I mean, it was over, I think, 700 people registering. Now we see it's people are still connecting. So we'll start slowly. Maybe I'll just start with a few things about technical points regarding Q&A. We'll go through the presentation. We'll hopefully answer as many questions as possible during the presentation, through the presentation. But please put all your questions on the bottom right side of your window. You have Q&A sections. You can shoot all your questions. At the end of the presentation, we'll come back to them and we'll take the time to answer everything, all doubts or all questions you will have for us. That was for the technical part. I am really happy to co-host, I would say, this event together with my colleagues and friends. I am Maxime Polezelo. I'm the CEO at Syntrate. Today, I have the pleasure to share great info to you with Tim Sheehan, who is our VP of Sales and Marketing in the USA. Tim might not show the video during the whole presentation. He's actually right now in Chicago. You might know that there is a big fair in Chicago. We have a booth over there, and the connection is not the best over there, but you'll be with us all the way answering questions. Dominic is with us today. Dominic is with us for many years in Syntrate. He's working in the sales team in charge of channels. And Micha, who is one of the co-founders of Syntrate, is also the head of Syntrate. So that's the person to answer any technical questions or any specific questions you will have on today's presentations. We'll have Tomasz and Jarek also with us that will moderate the webinar. I mean, let me thank you also because there's the whole Syntrate team behind us. A lot of work has been put in what we'll show you today. So let me take the opportunity to thank everybody also for today. We'll talk obviously about something new. That's why we're all here, and we'll do that in details. Before we do that, I would just like to take a few minutes to come back to who we are at Syntrate, what we do, what's our mission, in a few words. And you've known us now since 2014. What we've done since then and what we're doing since then is making high-performance SLS solutions accessible to all professionals. We've done that through our current line of products, compact SLS printers, the Lisa Pro, together with the whole ecosystem which is around it. We've done that, I mean, we believe successfully. There's more than 1,000 printers today in the market. At the same time, during all these years, we observed and we really got to the knowledge that this compact line of printers is not sufficient to fulfill completely our mission. There is still a gap to be bridged in between what our compact segment is offering and what big, expensive, complex industrial printers are giving as benefits on the market. And we knew we had to solve that. The market, you told us, our partners, our distributors told us about it. There is something to address there. And the reason why we come today to you is we believe we have a solution to that. And we are happy to share with you the opening of a complete new line of industrial products, industrial printers, to basically bridge this exact gap I just told you about between compact and big, complex, expensive industrial printers. Let me introduce our new industrial laser sintering system, NILS 480. NILS 480 is our very first printer of that line that we're opening today for the reason I just told you. We'll bring all the benefits of what you knew on compact, take the main features that are needed in industrial segment and put it in that range of product. We'll obviously, I mean, that printer will be the star of today's presentation. We'll go really in details. My colleagues will show you everything about it. Before we get to that, I would just like to share with you how our offer and how Syntrate offer and portfolio of printer will look like from now. A few words on our current and well-known compact series of printer existing. The Lisa on the top right side, you know it. That's the first printer we released. It was, and it still is, the most compact printer, SLS printer in the market, delivering professional quality. Benefits are clear. It's cost-effective, small, suitable to any desktop environment, very easy to use, and very affordable. After that, we completed with the Lisa Pro. To the benefits of the Lisa Pro is adding the openness. It's a complete open environment where you can adjust the parameters. You can use third-party materials. In addition to that, you get with the Lisa Pro the complete range of materials that you get on SLS in general, with the ease of use and the ease of changeover of materials. Within less than half an hour, you can move from one material to another. So this line of product is the line you know. We really believe in that segment. Century is investing and will keep on investing there. Stay tuned. We'll come back to you. That's not the topic of the day. The topic of the day is the upper part, is the industrial line. Again, we'll go in detail with the features, but overall the philosophy behind was take whatever you know and whatever was successful on the bottom series, on the compact series. Compact, because we make an industrial but a compact printer, really easy to use and easy to install, extremely affordable, open, multi-material, and then we grab all the key benefits needed and required by the industrial segment in terms of size, speed, automation, and all of that giving a great cost per part. So I would say that's it for the introduction. I will hand over the floor to Dominic right now. Dominic will tell you a bit more about the genesis of the project and how it started, what key features we had in mind for designing NILS 480.
Thanks, Max. Thanks a lot, and hello everyone. It's my really great pleasure to be one of the hosts of today's premiere. It's really great to see so many of you. We see our friends. We see lots of our partners as well, and lots of new names participating here. My name is Dominic. I will guide you through the key features and benefits of NILS 480. I will be supported by Michał, the chief of our R&D, who will explain a bit more about the newest things that we implemented. So, just to begin a story a little bit, we were receiving, like since many years, when we are already in the market, we were receiving constantly a question, like a number of same questions, like when we will release like a faster printer, when we will release a bigger printer, like do we plan to go more industrial, etc. So these questions were something we heard from the very beginning. So we sat together, we created a project group and started making a list of features and benefits that are crucial for such projects. So we decided to focus basically on four main aspects. First of all, we need to have like a printer which is fast, which is much faster than our current solution, because we are thinking about industrial needs. Second thing for industrial needs is of course the size of the build chamber, of the build volume. Third thing that will make to make a product revolutionary, we need to implement some new kinds of automation not known earlier, not met earlier, to make the product simply outstanding in the industrial sector. And the fourth point is the economical aspect of the whole project. The printer needs to bring return on investment. So let's go step by step, one by one. Speed. The NILS 480 is ultra fast. It prints with the speed of between 10 and 14 millimeters per hour. Just to show you how it works, we have a short video. This is a real life footage from the printer. So someone who have been printing with Lisa already, like we did all the time, knows like how exciting it is to see such a speed of printing. This is something that is now a standard for NILS, for this technology. And also speed is increased by a much improved recoatering system. So most of the printouts will come out in less than 24 hours. And we are talking about a big build volume. Full bed will take you around 30 hours of printing. If you are packing like really lots of small things everywhere in every small corner of the build volume, it can take up to 30 hours, but more or less, usually it will not be longer than 24 hours. Now, perhaps you have seen already the numbers about the build volume. It's 20 by 20 centimeters in X and Y axis and 33 centimeters in Z axis. Why did we decide to make such dimensions? First of all, it's the build volume that can contain such amount of printouts. This is the exact copy of the build volume, 20 by 20 by 33 centimeters. And inside you can see our oil cups, our samples from Sinterit. It's huge. It's just huge. So we focused here on having the possibility of having like a big volume to pack a big number of printouts. But on the other hand, sometimes you would like to print parts which are simply long. So we knew that we cannot like make the build volume square. We need to have it more rectangle. So that's why the Z-axis is different from X and Y. And this is to allow you to print such kind of parts. This is also a printout from NILS. It's the size of a forearm, as you can see. So that's why we have 33 centimeters in Z-axis. What does it allow to print, actually, like in real life? A whole shoe. So shoe manufacturers, yes, they will be very satisfied with this solution. Automotive brands also, if you have bigger parts from the automotive sector, such as air filter housing or lamps, this is now possible with Sinterit solution. Arm orthosis, I've just shown it, and also the housing of most electronic devices. So it can be like a one big housing or like a set of small housing that you can produce in an industrial manner right now with one device. Now, we had in mind that the printer needs to be super productive, and we were considering different aspects of productivity, because productivity is not only about speed and size of the print area, but it's also about the possibility of making the process as much automated as possible. So in our case, we focused on creating a solution that will offer continuous printing. Michał will cover this topic later, and I think it's one of the best things that NILS has. It's really revolutionary. But except for this, we have also super efficient powder use with 22% of refresh rate, the lowest in the market. Handling costs and time is also the aspect of the productivity. Own software dedicated for a printer, and also a full and effective ecosystem for post-processing. I think you know that we already have powder handling station, ATEX vacuum cleaner, sandblaster SLS, so a special sandblaster dedicated for SLS solutions. It's already here. The whole ecosystem supporting the printer is already here. So we are not just introducing a single printer for which you need to consider other things. No, everything is already here. All these aspects, all these factors make the solution of NILS 480 productive and very, very accessible. On the other hand, and at the same time, we knew that Sinterit is known for some things already, and we decided, okay, guys, we need to keep the benefits that we are already offering to our clients. First of all is the legendary printouts quality. SLS printouts benefits, this is natural because we are in this technology. But also, what is typical for Sinterit, the open environment where you have possibility of choosing the parameters. And last but not least, the powders, wide range of materials. Just to go step by step, legendary printouts quality. So probably you know already these samples. Most of you have seen them in some trade shows. This is moving part. It's also in NILS. Nothing changes here. Again, no supports needed. Super smooth surface of the printouts. Also very known, very typical for Sinterit. So when we present our printouts during trade shows, people who have seen different SLS products, they are very surprised always with the surface, how smooth the PA12 printouts are. We keep it. It's also a part of NILS printouts. And again, open environment. There are many clients who would like to test their own materials or modified existing materials just to get, for instance, slightly different properties. Or they are a research institute who is simply, developing new powders, new materials. That's why we had open materials and open environment always. We were known for this. There is only one difference now. Previously, we had 32 parameters that you could control. Now we will be offering over 50 parameters that a user can control by himself if he would like to. If not, it's not necessary because we still keep the same wide range of materials. So why is it important? There are different industries, different branches, and different uses, and first of all, different industrial needs. If you are buying a printer, you are doing this because you have some certain need, and you are servicing some certain sector, which means you need to have a powder which is most appropriate for you. We keep the current line of materials, so the PA materials, flexible materials, bright material, Flexa-Bright, and other specialty materials like PA11 ESD, for instance. So we keep these 8 materials. Besides that, we will be delivering new ones. So there will be a possibility of printing also with the new materials that will be announced quite soon as well. The other factor very much related to materials is something I mentioned already. I said about 22% of refresh ratio for the PA12 powder. This is something extraordinary in the brand. So if you in the market, if you take a look, what is the refresh ratio in competitive solutions, you will see that usually it's between 30, 50, or 70% of the refresh. The fact is, the lower the refresh ratio, the cheaper and more economical it is for you. So we went absolutely down as much as we could to 22% while keeping the very same parameters of the printouts. This is already available in our current solutions. This is something that will be now implemented and offered in NILS 480. So how does it work? What are the automation processes and solutions that we implemented in NILS 480? We have Michał today with us. Michał is a head of R&D and one of the co-founders, and he's really the best person to explain it and to tell about it. So, Michael, please.
Thank you, Dominik. Hello, everyone. I'm really happy to be here with you today and share some news about the product which we work for quite a long time on. Okay, so let's begin. Here we can have an overlook about the specification of the printer. So as you already know, the print volume is 20 by 20 by 33 centimeters or 8 by 8 by 13 inches. You can choose layer height from the 75 micrometers up to 175, whatever is good for your application. Inside the printer, we have 30 watts diode laser. So all kinds of the gray powder will work with this machine, no white powder. You can connect to the printer by Wi-Fi or Ethernet or USB, whatever suits you. And for daily routine, it's 15 inches touch screen for easy operation. It's quite big industrial device. The footprint is 120 by 120, and the weight is more than 200 kilograms. But we designed it in the smart way. So for the transportation needs, you can fit this printer on the standard Euro pallet, 80 by 120 centimeters. Thanks to that, it will go through all kinds of the doors and so on, and it will be easy and cheap for the shipment. Also, from the power perspective, you only need standard power socket. No additional electrical job need to be done. The machine is powered by two-phase power, so it's really nice and easy. Okay, let's go further. How we achieve the speed? We give up our XY mechanism, which we are using in the compact segment, and we apply the Galvo inside. So the Galvo, as you probably, some of you at least know, is the device which has two mirrors inside, and when they are changing the angle, the laser spot is directed to the proper point of the surface, and it's, as Dominic said, super fast. As the Sinterid, from the very beginning, we always thinking about the whole process of getting the parts. So not only about the printing process, but all what is before and after that process. So we will be ready to deliver you all the steps from the software for job preparation through the printing device with all kinds of different materials, post-processing station, and even sandblasting unit for great, for your great experience. How the let's talk more in details how the powder is managed in the printer. So in the NILS 480, inside this main container for the powder, it's 70 liters. This container is so big, so it's no need to refill the printer after before each print job. It's very convenient. You're filling the printer by sealing our standard bucket to the printer and then releasing the powder. No contact with the powder during that process. And the only powder which you touch during the process is the powder in the print cake when the printouts are after the printing. So when the printing process is finished, you have to take out the print cake and deliver it to our post-processing station. On powder handling station, you can dig out the printout, sandblast the part, and of course, not used powder is sieved and mixed with the fresh powder. So then it's ready to be refilled into the printer. Okay, right now I will show you something very new, which we are quite proud of. So our automatic system, which are in this printer. First one is automatic powder dispensing system, and the second, continuous printing system. Continuous printing system, it's great tool to minimize the idle time of the device. In simple word, it enables you the possibility to print 2 jobs in the row without any presence of the operator or any manual work around that. So how it works? Just after 2 hours, after the last layer of the printout was printed, printer eject the cake with the printouts into the cooling box on the right side of the printer, and then another job can be started. So in the middle of the night, during free weekend, bank holidays, yeah, you name it, the printer still is working and earning money for you. So as a production tool, it should work all the time, and that printer can do that thanks to that feature, and I'm really, really proud of that. Another system is automated powder dispensing system. This automation support the previous one, so it takes care about the powder inside. In that printer, we do not have an overflow beam or something like that, which you need to maintain manually. It's all done automatically. Lowering the price of the printout and growing up your profit, hopefully. Okay. And in my opinion, and not only mine, but most of the people which we shared already that news, these features give you a great possibility for building multi-printer solution for manufacturing or maintenance centers, for service providers, and generally all kinds of application when you need several hundreds, thousands of the printouts each day, each week. We designed this machine to having in mind that it will work 24/7. So yeah, it's really low maintenance around that, low maintenance cost thanks to that, and that's what I had prepared today for sharing with you. I'm waiting for some questions at the end of the presentation, and right now, thank you, and I'm giving back the floor to Dominic.
Thank you, Michał. Thank you very much. Yeah, these are really exciting things, even for us. Like if we know it, we are working with it every day. But still, these systems are something simply great. Taking into account the speed, the size of the build volume, the automation that Michał has just explained, we consider NILS 480 as a real game changer in the industrial SLS 3D printing. Few words more about the installation and usage, just to give you a clue how it's going to look like, how much time it will take. Installation time during to our calculations is around half of a day. You don't need more to install the printer. Then, what is needed? You need only standard electric power supply and compressed air connection. Only these are required. Standard electric power supply is 16 amps. So really a standard, everyone has it. 15 minutes of downtime between refills. So printer is doing one job, then it's finishing the second job, and then you need 15 minutes for refilling the printer. Amazing. And it's really easy and automated for the operating because of these automation solutions that we used. Now, you know that optimal printing costs, like when you are thinking about like a printout and how much does it really cost you, like a single printout? It's not only about the printing time, it's not only about the price of the powder, it's also about the printer's purchase price, the cost of material, the refresh ratio, and of course the machine downtime. So taking all this together, considering all these factors together, we see that NILS is simply winning in these areas, and the combination of these advantages makes a machine with a really great return on investment. And this is the last point that I wanted to present you before Max will tell you some more details about the price. We did some calculations based on the prices from service providers. So we took our standard, very tiny Sinterid connector, so a very small model. You can pack 960 double-parted connectors inside the build volume of NILS. Now, provider's price to print a single connector is slightly less than €2. It's 182 euro. If you are using a NILS for this production, the cost per single part drops down to 46 cents, which means you are saving on each run, if you're printing such connectors, over 1,300 euro, just on single run of the printer, which means that after 4 days of continuous printing, you will you'll get the price of the machine back, like compared to the price that you will spend using the service provider. It's amazing. We used also a different example, because not everyone, not always you will be printing very small parts. So we took our air valve, it's Sinterit's project, just to see, just to compare if it's similar or much different from the small connectors. And again, provider's price per part is 41 euro. Your price will be 5 euro per single part, which means it gives you 62 days to pay off the entire machine. This is how it looks like in a simple calculation. Now, I will give the floor to Max to tell more about the applications of the printer and explaining a little bit more also about the price and our next steps. So, Max, please, and thank you.
Thank you, Dominic. Thank you very much. Yes, a few applications examples we would like to share with you. Obviously, I guess by sharing the features, the benefits, and how the printer will look like and work, some application would pop up to your mind. But we thought of sharing a few of them with you. Before doing that, or as a first step to do that, we would just like to show you a small slide where we position NILS in a bit in the competition landscape. We chose a few features, diagonal. So these dimensions, these specs are the specs, obviously, or the effective print volume, whether in liters, whether in size or diagonal. I will not go too much in details. Obviously, you have some. The specs you see for the other printers are available on internet. We do not commit to them. You would get in touch with the manufacturers if you want to have more details. But the meaning of that slide is basically to say that Sinterit is in that league of product. If we look at the size, clearly we are in that league. So that's the first way we would answer the application question. Is basically any application that today is sold with such printers, NILS will be able to answer them. Obviously, one element will be disruptive and changing would be the price and the availability, which would open, even by making it more accessible, investment-wise, it will even open the range of applications. We threw in a table the applications and how our printers cover them now. If we look at the upper part, we segmented the applications this way, starting from the right, from education, advanced R&D, prototyping, end-use parts or toolings, and then mid or high series of production and applications that require a big volume, yes, bigger parts. There is two things, in our opinion, to take away with that slide. First of all, there is no porosity, I would say, between the two lines of products, in between the two segments. The compact line as well as the industrial line has been designed and thought to well address the specific applications. And we know we can't address them all. So if we look at the compact line, they are clearly well addressing all the right part of the applications. And that's what our more than 1,000 printers are addressing today with you guys. For the education, Lisa and Lisa Pro is perfect. It's compact, easy to use, very affordable, suiting any environment. Lisa Pro then is perfect for advanced R&D with the open system, the multi-material, the fact to switch over from one material to the other, suiting perfectly. Then we see from prototyping and end-use part toolings, then the compact line is still okay and is still used like that by our customers. The main reason is that at Sinterit we never compromised neither on the quality of printouts, and we always got the mechanical specs. So this way we can print on compact line functional prototypes or end-use parts. But the second thing is that we clearly see that with NILS, then prototyping end-use parts are perfectly covered, because not only we get the mechanical specs, not only we get the quality, but we also have a machine now that is suiting the environments where you do these stuff. We basically have that machine that can suit a production environment where you have an automated, you don't require a lot of manpower, you have really little contact with powder. So it's perfectly addressing it. And obviously the left part of it, where in production, then we need to talk about TCO, total cost of ownership for the part, return on investment, and so on. And then the printer is answering and these features. So really two things. We doubt that any customer would hesitate too much in between the two because the applications are different. So there is room for compact line, there is room for our industrial line. And NILS is opening a complete range of applications that we couldn't cover. The last thing is that what we believe is that all the left part of the applications are exactly the applications where SLS is having a competitive advantage. SLS is allowing a great design, complex design, great mechanical properties, wide range of materials. This is what you need in end-use parts. You can pack it, you can make a system that is productive, that is continuous. This is what you need in production. So new horizons, new applications, and that's where we believe SLS is having all its meaning. A few examples of applications. The first one that came to us, I mean, the first customers were service providers. More than 100 of them already use our system, but there is not a single one of them which is not saying what's below. We're waiting for a larger, faster, open and multi-material printer from you guys. So we know that printer is really a good answer for this application. Now, if we add the element of the accessibility in terms of price, then each and every serious customer of a service provider is then a potential customer for this. NILS will be really much the printer that will allow to insource the printing of SLS parts. So any regular user of service provider can now insource it and print it on his own. A few examples of them. Somfy is a customer of ours. It's a company operating in the household equipment, making house automation products. They're having production all around the world. I will not read the code, you could read it, but basically they're using today the Lisa and Lisa Pro in their maintenance lab to replace jigs and fixtures. Their feedback was, as soon as you have a real production system, real industrial system, that is clean, that is automated, that is productive, and that is continuously operating bigger and faster, then we can use SLS with you guys in short series or in our production factory. This is an example of parts we've been running with them on our pre-production NILS, which are today in our facilities. Another customer of ours in Italy, also using the Lisa or the Lisa Pro, I don't remember, in their lab. Their feedback was the same: make it faster, make it bigger, and then we can move to the next level with them. Medical applications, pre-surgical preparation. Here, clearly the item was the size. I mean, with NILS, then we can print stuff that big, like Dominic showed, but these is printouts on NILS on the time, in a daytime. You get that print. So another application. Automotive applications, then we have already a few that we were able to start and run. These are air filters. Here there is the element of the material, of the wide range of material on our product in polypropylene. This is what you get in terms of size, speed for 2 parts, I mean time of printing for 2 parts. Basically, if we try to make it short in a nutshell, is who can take really the advantage of NILS. If we try to make it short, in our opinion, anybody who is in the need of having from a 1 or a few to a few thousand printouts with the benefits needed of SLS in a simple, open, multi-material system, easy to use and affordable, and as well as having all the benefits of industrial, speed, size, I mean, NILS is for you. I see a lot of the questions on the sales delivery. That's the last section. We are coming to it, so let me share it with you. This is the MSRP for NILS. Will be below 50,000 euros in Europe, below 60,000 US dollars in the USA. I guess the immediate next question, that's for the printer. The immediate next question is, okay, what about the solution? Like Michał said, we always put really an internal pressure on ourselves in Century to provide a complete solution. The matter is not for you to have a printer, it's to have a process for the printout. We are very close to that for the full solution. The full solution, including obviously the printer, including all the powder management machines you need, from the tools through the ATEX vacuum cleaner, the powder handling station that will allow you to clean the printout, refresh the powder to be able to refill it then immediately with the printer. And also all the post-processing machines for the printout, our Sandblaster SLS that allows you to basically finish the post-processing of the printout. Also together with the software to make the complete system open with all parameters available, below 60,000 euros in Europe and just below 74,000 US dollar. That's for MSRP. In terms of delivery now, we are delivering. So as I think I quickly mentioned, we're having now the pre-series, the pre-production machines running. Deliveries will start in Q1 2022. We'll start delivery in the US and in Europe. Today, the plan is that from Q2 already, we start the deliveries in the rest of the world. Obviously, we'll go as per the sequence of order, so I cannot stress more, cannot stress enough that the story starts now. Pre-order starts now, and that's how we will also sequence the delivery. I see Tomek is sharing something. You can visit the NILS product page. We are here to answer your questions. Any question on the TCO, on the return on investment, on applications, we are here for you. Michał is our application engineer. He will be in touch with you for that. But overall, get in touch with us. Get in touch with our local distributors, our local resellers. They have always been a very important part of our go-to-market approach. We strongly believe that to make SLS accessible, we need strong local partners that help us doing that. So contact them. We are then hands in hands to answer all of your questions. Obviously, you can register for more news about NILS, other products. You subscribe and you'll get to know more. We talked a lot about NILS today. You might, as I showed you the application and the fact that each line is really addressing different application, you might find out that NILS is not maybe the best for your application. Keep in mind that Citrate is very much in the compact line. We're having a solution there. We have solutions to come there. So get in touch with us, whether you find NILS is the best match or whether you think Lisa or Lisa Pro would be the best match. We'll be in touch and we'll answer all your questions. Before we go to the Q&A, we could not use the opportunity to have more than, I think, 400 people connected to make some new announcement also. So this is coming soon. This is coming before the end of the year. So first question, this is about new material. First question, is it stronger than steel? The answer is yes. Second question, when it be available? So in a few weeks before the end of the year. Maybe a third one is it only for NILS? No. This will be available on the current printers we have, and obviously on NILS later on. But this is something we are releasing soon on the current offer and with NILS later on. I think this brings our slides to an end, and we can start answering your questions, looking at your questions and answer all of them. Thank you very much for your attention.
So Max, we've got so many questions. Why don't you allow me to see if we can challenge Michiel with a couple of very technical questions?
That's exactly the idea. Pick the worst questions.
Yes. So, Michiel, what is the cooldown time for a complete build?
So if the cake is full of the printouts for PA12, it's around 8 hours. But remember that you can start the next print just after 2 hours, thanks to our automation systems.
That's great. You actually answered 2 questions that were posed to you. So you're being very productive.
Tim, one thing, I think the questions appear on the screen also. Yeah. We should read them from the screen. What is the next one then, Tomasz? Okay. Can you see them, Tim, on the screen?
Yes, I see them on the screen.
Okay.
Our parts, our finished parts, isotropic in relation to build orientation?
Thanks to SLS technology, it's almost isotropic. So general answer is yes.
That's great. Will this machine be on display at Formnext? Max, I think that's going to be a question for you to answer.
So I can't answer about what will happen with Formnext today. What I can answer about is that if Formnext we'll surely be there, and we'll bring NILS with us over there. So yes, we hope so.
Yeah, well answered. Well answered. Will materials be the same as used in Lisa Pro?
So all the materials which we already have in the portfolio, they will be available on the NILS. And of course, during the next months, years, we will add some new materials.
That's exciting news. Will NILS 480 manufactured and assembled in Poland?
Yeah, so we are a Polish company. We designed this device, and we will manufacture it in Poland. Yes, and from here we will ship it to you whenever you are.
How's the reliability of your, I'm going to make this question a little bit shorter for you. How's the reliability of the Galvos? And could you speak in some comparison to, say, other technologies and their sensitivity?
Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you. So, of course, the sensitivity of the Galvo was the thing which we take into the consideration during the design of the printer, and we developed some algorithms, some programs to calibrate it and to get rid of the issue which can go through this sensitivity of the Galvo. So generally, don't be worried about that. The printout quality will be great.
That's good. That's great. Next question is CO2 or diode laser?
So
Any
diode laser.
Yeah, and that was greetings from Italy as well. So thank you, Italy.
Thank you, Italy. Exactly. Greetings from Krakow. And
yes.
Yeah, inside it will be a diode laser.
Great. So I have a question I want to ask. Are there improvements to the software to help with stacking of components in the build?
Yeah, so a few months ago, we introduced auto nesting feature into our software. We continuously developed that. And of course, in the build volume of the NILS, you need a great auto nesting tool to have the most of it. So yes, in the Sinter Studio, it will be very good auto nesting soft feature to help you maximize the output of your printer.
Yeah, that's very well said. So true. Maximize and be efficient. Well, we'll do one last question. And what I would like to say is we promise that every question is important, and we'll do our best to answer everyone who's posed a question to us. So the last question will be, will powder be available in large size containers?
That's a good question. Right now, we stick to our standard buckets. It's 6 kilograms. But yeah, we will explore this option. We are waiting for the feedback from you guys, what's important for you. And yeah, we will develop in the way which our customer will show us. That's something which we are always doing because yeah, we want to answer the need from the market, not in the opposite way.
That's great. Very well answered. And addressing the needs of the market and what our customers and our partners are sharing with is also important. I think at this time, the entire team and my hosting friends would like to say to all of you, thank you very much for attending. Your attendance here means an awful lot to us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Like Tim just said, we won't be able to answer all the questions today. They are all registered, and please allow us to come back to each of you individually, and then we can discuss more in details, answer these questions, others that might pop up. So the story of NILS is just starting today. The conversations are just starting today. We can cover everything today, but we're really excited about it, and we're happy about your excitement also. Thanks a lot for today. Talk to you soon, and hopefully see you soon, and we'll be able to see each other soon. Thanks.
Yes,
thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Contact us. We will be in touch. And yeah, have a great day or the evening whenever you are.
Yeah, and stay tuned. Thank you, and hope to see you in Formnext. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.